Let's go, let's go.
Baseline drive and throws it down with no air.
You're good, nice, good job.
Good pass down low to Well, throw it down. Green fires a three, and that's good.
Welcome to the Tim Miles Show.
3-on-2, spinning down the lane, going, scooped it up and in.
Well, it's time to talk some Colorado State athletics and Colorado State basketball. It's another edition of the Tim Miles Show. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Brian Roth, and we'll sit down with the coach, Tim Miles, here. Also be joined by senior Andy Ogaday, who's having an all-conference type season. And we'll also talk women's basketball with Kristen Holt and sophomore guard Mixandra Porter. But first, we bring Coach Tim Miles in here. Is it amazing there's only 4 games left in the regular season? I mean, this whole season's gone by like a warm summer afternoon on the golf course. I mean, way too fast.
I like that. That's a nice nice memory in there. It's been great. You know, time flies when you're having fun. And
time flies when you're winning.
Yeah, yep. Let's keep winning. And you know, Moby's been a magical place to be. There's no doubt about it. It's been really cool. And so again, it's been great.
Yeah, no question about that. Rams split here this past week. They got a big road win at TCU and then a heartbreaking loss here at home in front of a sold-out arena against UNLV. Let's talk about the TCU game first. And, you know, it wasn't a thing of beauty. That first half certainly wasn't. But, you know, good teams go on the road and beat bad teams even when they're not playing well.
Yeah,
and that's what you did.
We scored the ball fairly well. Our defense was pretty good, but we just tossed the ball over the gym. And that just talked about mental readiness and, you know, trying to make plays that weren't quite there and trying to do things that, you know, we normally don't try and do. And we really had a nice stretch of 5 or 6 minutes early in the second half where we separated and kept from there. And that was good. Andy Ogaday finished the game really strong, put a double-double up there. Greg Smith had career nights in scoring and rebounding. Pierce Horning rebounded the ball. Our defensive rebounding was really good all night. And it was a good win and a much-needed win.
Yeah, that was a game sandwiched between 2 big home games. Were you worried at all about your basketball team maybe not coming out and playing as well as they're capable of?
I'm hired to worry. It's what I do, you know, and so you worry about anything as a coach, and that's just part of the deal. So certainly you worry about those things, you wonder about those sorts of things, but you have to depend on the maturity of your team, their commitment of what they're about, and I do think our guys generally are invested in what we're doing and are bought into winning and whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, we've talked a lot here this past week about Greg Smith kind of becoming that third scorer for you, that emerging star that was the phrase you coined. And boy, he was outstanding at TCU. I think was his best game as a Colorado State Ram. Yeah,
double-double. I think 19 and 10 was his line, something like that, and maybe even better than that.
19 and 10, yeah.
Yeah, and he was just really good. I mean, I thought he played within himself. He made some good defensive plays. Didn't try and do anything he couldn't do, just stayed aggressive, and he was really impressive against TCU.
Yeah, it set up a big game coming up on this past Saturday against UNLV, second sellout of the year, and Tim, this place is rocking again. Moby Arena, if fans out there haven't been here, is a great college basketball venue when it is full, and it was full on Saturday.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, just it was really cool that, you know, and there weren't many UNLV fans here, maybe a dozen. And so you look at everybody that's a CSU fan that was here was pretty cool. So unfortunately, we treat them like the Chicago Cubs treat their fans. We just kind of let them down at the end, and that's frustrating. But you can't say enough about the energy and the support. And hopefully we can get one more out of them, you know, for this Utah game coming up.
You know, a lot have been placed in terms of importance on that game. I know UNLV put a lot of pressure on themselves going to that game. So did you guys. And I know you felt both teams were very tight coming out of the gates.
Yeah, I think you just naturally do with the amount of attention the NCAA tournament gets and those bubble teams have to endure, whether it be national media, local media, coaches, players. Now, players are on the internet. They know where your RPI is. They know these guys pay attention. They want it to go well. And so there's no doubt that both teams came out a little tight.
Yeah. You know, this a UNLV team you beat by 15 down there. You really attacked them offensively. you weren't able to attack them as well as you did in the first meeting. Did they make an adjustment, or did you guys just maybe not play as well as you would have liked?
I don't think we played as well, and I can live with losing when we go out and compete like we did the second half against New Mexico, or even the entire game against BYU or San Diego State. I just thought we let way too many things affect our play that didn't matter. Guys worried about officials' calls, or guys that worried about whatever it might be, their shot not going in and whatever, and those things don't help you win. And so when we're thinking about mistakes, or we're thinking about being wronged, or whatever it might be, we don't have the right mentality, and that was disappointing. We got that out of a few of our guys.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks and a lot of fans, media members calling that a must-win game to get in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, it's not. Still 4 games to go in the Mountain West tournament, but what'd you tell your kids afterwards in regards to putting that game behind you and looking forward?
Despite the fans that emailed me that said, good luck in the NIT, I think they're wrong, okay? You know, everybody feels that way emotionally. Oh, no, that was your chance. That wasn't our chance. I mean, our whole body of work is going to be considered. Now, we think, I want to feel really good about us being the NCAA tournament. I want it to be like an 80% chance that we get in. So we've told our guys to do that. We think we need to be 3rd in the Mountain West regular season. We need to win 11 games. We still think we can get in, maybe, you know, but now it's a toss-up, and a lot of things have to go right. But it's about controlling your own destiny outside as an at-large, not for winning the Mountain West tournament. So to do that, we just felt like 11 conference wins. Well, we're at 8. There's 4 games left. You know, so we got to find a way to win 3 of those to do what we set out to do, to put ourselves in that, you know, off the bubble. And you know, we'll just see how it plays out. You know, even if we get beat one of these next games, you know, we can find a way to win 3 of them. We got to crack.
Yep, and the good news is you get BYU and San Diego State. I know fans say, well, maybe you don't want to play, but you do, because they're good teams. Yeah. They have high RPIs, and they represent opportunities to build that resume. They're
truly opportunities. Sure. They are big-time opportunities, and so somebody's got to go in there and beat them. Almost nobody's beating those guys anywhere they're at. You know what I mean? San Diego State's lost 1 game on the road, none at home. Yeah. BYU has not lost at home this year, and they've only lost to UCLA and at New Mexico. So nobody's beating those guys, but somebody's got to. I mean, if you want to set yourself apart, you've got to find a way to go in there and win. And we know there's going to be 23,000 BYU fans ready for us. And I just think what an opportunity, what a neat experience as a college basketball player or coach or whatever it might be, to go in that environment and try and find a way to win.
Yep, the Rams are going to be at BYU coming up on Wednesday. We'll talk about that later on in the program. But as we go to break, Andy Ogade, the Rams senior, going to join us coming back. What an outstanding year he has had. Stick with us here on the Tim Miles Show.